Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
One call turns into a massive bust in Cartersville. More than 70 people are behind bars tonight. Police targeted a huge house party, and each person is charged with possession of less than 1 ounce of marijuana. 11 Alive's Ryan Kruger shows us how it all unfolded.
This story starts at 2 o'clock in the morning on New Year's Eve. A nearby neighbor thinks they hear a couple of gunshots, so they call 911. Just a few minutes later, Cartersville police arrest more than 70 people.
Caller heard 2 shots in the area.
The 911 call actually came from these apartments. It's about a block or 2 away from where the party was being held. A man who lives here told me he got home from a late movie a little after 2 o'clock in the morning, lays his head down to go to bed, and he hears what he thinks are 2 gunshots. Now, people at the party say it were fireworks. Regardless, the man hears that noise. He calls 911. Cartersville police drive around the area. They don't find much, but once they get about a block away, that's when they find out where all of the noise was coming from. It was a house party here. In fact, when police arrived, they commented how many people were at the house.
I got 3 males walking. A whole bunch more on the porch. I'm around back. There's quite a few people inside the house. In the living room trying to get everybody out of the house.
One of the people at the party actually gave us this invitation. It says that it was a 21st birthday party billed as a lingerie party. There'd be drinks, a cover charge. There would even be a game of strip twister. Now, once police arrive at the house, they start arresting everybody, and there may be more serious charges coming, but for right now, the most serious charge is everyone has been charged with possession of less than 1 ounce of marijuana. And one parent wanted to point out that had this party happened maybe 40 miles south of here, inside the city limits of Atlanta, everyone would have gotten a $75 ticket. They all would have gone home. Instead, his kid is spending New Year's in jail.
Cops find less than 1 ounce of weed at a party, throw over 70 people in jail for it. An entire party was arrested New Year's Eve after cops claimed to have found some weed. Over 70 people were kidnapped and thrown in a cage. By Matt Agarist, January 2, 2018. Cartersville, GA. In one of the most glaring wastes of police resources TFTP has ever reported on, cops in Cartersville, Georgia arrested an entire party, more than 70 people, after finding less than 1 ounce of marijuana. All 70-plus partygoers were arrested and booked into the Bartow County Jail and face charges for possession of marijuana under 1 Oz. No one at the party was being violent or otherwise causing a problem when police arrived. According to Cartersville Police Lieutenant M.E. Betticofer, officers were responding to a 911 call reporting shots fired in the area when they found the party. As 11 Alive reports, a witness that 11 Alive's Ryan Kruger spoke to said that he had just gotten back from a movie when he heard what sounded like gunshots. Someone called 911 to report the noise, drawing police to the area. There were no gunshots, however, according to partygoers. The shots fired were merely the sound of fireworks, as it was the day before New Year's Eve. Had it been actual gunshots, rest assured that a party would not still be taking place. According to a man who identified himself as a parent of one of the subjects arrested, and a flyer, the party was a lingerie pajama, 21st birthday party, according to 11 Alive. Advertisement. Apparently not wanting to waste the drive out to the home, police turned the failed gunshot investigation into a drug investigation. Partiers were both inside and outside of the home, and police must have smelled marijuana, which then precipitated the arrest of everyone in attendance. Read more. Paradigm shift: unusually high number of cops quitting to join the push for legal weed. Showing the ridiculous nature of such a massive arrest, the parent interviewed by 11 Alive pointed out that if this bust would have occurred just 40 miles south, within the city limits of Atlanta, no one would have been arrested and, instead, would have been given a $75 fine. Instead, however, all of these otherwise entirely innocent people were booked into jail and spent their New Year's Eve in a cage at the taxpayers' expense. When police can justify such a massive deployment of resources to arrest over 70 people for possessing a beneficial plant that is legal in some form in over half the country, something has gone very wrong. Because there were so many people arrested, many of these people were likely innocent and will undoubtedly file suit against this department for false arrest. Not only will the taxpayers be held to the fire to pay for the partygoers in jail, but they will also have to pay the negligence of police in making such an idiotic and rights-violating move. Sadly, police officers across the country remain steadfast in their negligent decisions to keep busting people for this beneficial plant. As TFTP previously reported, to protect the town of Thomont, Maryland from the horrors of marijuana, a brave police officer went into deep cover in one of the most dangerous places on the planet, a Burger King. After a months-long undercover operation, and tens of thousands of taxpayer dollars, Officer Nicole Fair saved the city from the likes of 5 whole grams of marijuana. Unimpressed? Angry? Feel ripped off? Yes, so do we. Read more. 10 uplifting stories from 2015 that show the war on drugs is in retreat. Instead of investigating actual crimes like rapes, robberies, and murders, the Thomont Police Department, just like the Cartersville Police Department, squandered vast amounts of resources to kidnap, cage, and, if necessary, kill people who are voluntarily buying and selling a plant that makes them happy. What's more, many of these people at the party likely had nothing to do with the marijuana found and were simply swept up in the tyrannical dragnet thrown out by these drug warriors. Until American police and citizens wake up to the crime, rights violations, and tyranny which is nurtured via the war on drugs, we can only expect this problem to get worse.
County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too, because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Charlotte County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt-free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day, I mean, $1 a month on Patreon or $5 a month on Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head, help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.